to take Kent to the park. But yeah, I don't know what is going on with TikTok, but after like a few hours, I get a violation on the video, so I don't know. But the book is Bridgerton, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. Maybe TikTok just doesn't like Bridgerton. I don't know. Maybe they're just really tired of hearing about it because season 3's on the way, and so everyone's talking about it. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to try this again. But this is Penelope and Colin's story. The author, obviously, is Julia Quinn, and the book series is 8 novels. Now, I found I could read this as a standalone. I've never watched the Bridgerton series, and I've never read any of the books. I was able to follow along Penelope and Colin's story without having read the other books. However, Penelope and Colin do have like little side bits in the other books as well. So while you can read it as a standalone, it probably is recommended to read all of the books in order to get to know all of the characters and read their side stories. Although you could read their book alone and still know what's going on and still know the crux of the other characters as well. This is obviously a modern written story about a different era. I don't know. Maybe that's what TikTok is thinking and why I keep getting violations. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But the one thing that I like compared to other modern era authors who write about past eras, it's that usually what ends up happening is they will try to remind you of the era that it's about, whether it's overutilizing fancy words and phrases and reminding you about like the clothing and the scenery and the types of vehicles or transportations that they used to use, like the buggies and the carriages or walking or whatnot. But Bridgerton doesn't do that. They give the readers credit for being smart enough to retain the information. In fact, a lot of times I feel like there's a little wink and a nod to the modern era, because you can almost take Penelope and put her in the modern era, because there is so much modernism in her. There's a lot of humor that you would be able to understand today. It's not like past era humor. It's very modern. And there's just a lot about Penelope that is so progressive. I like that Penelope is written as just a real woman. I like she has brown eyes too, because I was in a past video, I always said, you know, a lot of the main female characters are always like hazel, blue, green. You very rarely find a brown-eyed girl. And unlike in the series where she's got blue eyes, she is a brown-eyed girl in the books. And she's a plus-size girl. Now, in a lot of books, there are plus-size heroines in some of the romance novels, if you look for that trope. But a lot of times they're described as curvy. But curvy doesn't always mean plus-size. You got skinny curvy girls. You got athletic curvy girls. But she is the actual plus-size girl. And I like that. I like representation. And she's not a very confident girl. You know, a lot of times you see plus size girls represented as the very confident girl. She's not confident at all. And she eventually grows into a more confident person. And she grows into a stronger person. And a lot of that also has to do with people around her reminding her that she is more than who she thinks she is. And I also like that as well. Because it's great to have friends and for you to know, you know, who the toxic people in your life are and who the true people in your life are. So I thought that that was really great. And I also loved Colin going from this, like, you know, that's my sister's friend to that's my friend to, you know, there's something there and maybe it's a little lusty to, oh my God, no, it's not. I think it's love. And how did this happen? That was really fun to watch. So all in all, this is a great book. It's a very slow burn, but the thing is, if you don't like slow burns, you'll still like this book because it's fun, it's whimsical, it's comical, and there's so much else to enjoy so that you don't even realize it's a slow burn. This is more like your mama's romance with Fabio on the book cover, where it's kind of hot. There's a little heat started, and it's a little descriptive, but it ain't. It's very British. It's very British. There's not much in there. There's like maybe one or two scenes, and it's not overly descriptive. We're not talking, you know, what you would think of modern day romance novels. Like if I were to rate it, I would give it like 1 spice, maybe 1.5 spice. It's not like what you would call clean, but it's not what you would consider book talk spicy. I really liked this. I gave this about a 5 out of 5 stars because I was entertained from beginning to end. And I started watching Bridgerton because of it. I just finished season 1. Getting ready to start season 2 because of this book. And I plan on buying all 4 hard books that are coming out in July. Look how beautiful those are. Look at how beautiful that is. All 4 hardcovers contain 2 novels each. So all 8 novels of the Bridgerton series are inside those 4 hardcover books, and they are absolutely gorgeous. So in July, I'm going to buy this series of 4 books so I can have the entire novel set, and then I'm going to read from beginning to end. So if you've never seen Bridgerton, highly recommend it. It's a good series. Definitely a good series of books if you've never read the books. They are a little bit different from each other. So if you do like one or the other, I recommend if you like the books, watch the series. If you like the series, read the books because they are different in various ways. So I would definitely make sure you do both. So there you go.